Assalamu alaikum students, welcome to our channel. Today we are going to start a very important worksheet in which we will discuss different topics of algebra and geometry as well. Let's see, starting with the question number one, in which they ask you to factorize. Whenever they ask you to factorize, the first thing, sir, that you need to observe is first is there anything common in that expression or not? As you can see in this expression, you can see number 7 and you can see number 14. Yes, both are divisible by 7. It means I can take 7 as common. Along with this, I can see y in both terms. Whenever we take common from the variables, we always take the smallest power as common. So you can see y to the power 1 is the smallest power. Whereas x, there is no x in the second term, therefore I cannot take x as common in this expression. So I may have common as 7. I can have common as y. After taking the common, we always draw a bracket and write down the remaining. So it's going to be 2x minus y. And remember, whenever you multiply or expand the bracket, you must have the original answer, right? If it is so, it means you are absolutely correct. Okay, let's take on the next question. Yeah, that is the question number one. This is the answer, final answer of your question, which they ask you to factorize this equation. Yes, this is called exponential equation. In this equation, you can see the variable. The variable is in the power. That's why we deal whole equation with the power. And the main ingredient is to make the sub bases same. On the left hand side, as you can see, we have 4 base in power x. But on the right hand side, we should write instead of 64 with the base of 4. So it's going to be 4 to the power 3. Means if I multiply 4 3 times, I'll get 64. But one more thing that you have to be remember is your bases should be on the same level. On the left hand side, your 4 is in the numerator. But on the right hand side, the base 4 is in the denominator. It should be in the numerator. And for this, we bring this 4 to the power 3 in the numerator and the sign of the power only, I repeat, sign of the power will be changed and it becomes negative. Now the basic rule is look at the bases. The bases are same. Yes, on the left hand side we have base 4, on the right hand side we have base 4. Bases are same. Since the bases are same, the powers must be same. So x will be equals to minus 3. This is your required answer. This is how we solve an exponential equation. Now, A, B, C, D are the points on the circle. TU is a tangent to the circle at D. D is parallel to CB. Find the value of X and Y. Okay. The first thing first, if you observe very carefully, yes, the triangle, this one, yes, if you observe this triangle, and there is a tangent TU. So this angle and this angle will be same, called alternate segment theorem. That is why I would say yes, that the value of x will be 38 as per the rule of alternate segment theorem. So it's going to be x is equals to 38. Although they did not ask you about the rules which you use here, but I'm telling you, if any time they ask you to you how do you write the rules, or if they ask you to explain, you will write alternate segment theorem along. alternate segment theorem. That's the first thing. The second thing is about the y. Now, as you can see, the two parallel lines are parallel, one and this one. According to this angle will be of x degrees. Okay. And this angle is opposite to this angle. Opposite to this angle. And if you observe A, B, C, D, A, B, C, and D all together makes a cyclic quadrilateral. And in the cyclic quadrilateral, the sum of the opposite angle must be 180 degree. Means if I add this angle and if I add this angle, the sum must be 180 degree. So my angle ABC, angle ABC will be 180 minus, sorry, 180 minus 60 degrees. So angle ABC will be equals to 120 degrees. This is called angle ABC. But we are looking for the angle Y. And as you can see, Y plus X plus 120 makes altogether 180 because it forms a triangle. Your X is 38. So Y is going to be so Y is that is 38. Oh my God, we should add them and then we solve this. So it's going to be 158. 180 minus 158. This is 180 minus 158. That gives me, let's subtract. 30 is 22. Y is 22 degrees. Okay, let's say the next one. Now they ask you to factorize again. Now in this case, you can see there are four terms. So pair by pair, we will factorize. We take the common from the first two terms. Yes, there's nothing common, but we have to take something common. Yes, we can. And it's going to be 1 as common from the first two terms. And there will be no change in the bracket. In the last two terms, I can see minus a as common. It's going to be 1 minus q. The two brackets are identical. Yes, that's the good thing. This is what I want. To write this bracket first and write down the remainings. So after omitting this bracket, I have 1. 1 minus, no, 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 1 minus, no. Look at carefully. The second bracket, yes. I hope you got the idea what we have in the second bracket. It's 1. We remove this term, we have minus a. Yes, this is our final bracket of our factorization in which we had only 4 terms. Now they ask you to solve. Solve means yes, you have to find the values of x. So it's a quadratic equation. The very first thing is bring this 30 to the left. X squared plus 8x plus 10 minus 30 equals to 0. Okay, now what we do, let's break the middle term. And for this, we must multiply the first and the last term. Yes, the first term is 1 and the last term is 20. And the product is negative 20. Now we need to think of two numbers such a way, if we multiply, we will get a negative 20, right? So I have a possibility of 20 times 1. I have another possibility 10 times 2. And I have another possibility that 5 times 4. But remember, this sign of subtraction tells me that the two number should be subtracted. So if I subtract 27, I will get 19. Not possible. If I subtract 10 and 2, I will get 8. Yes, this is what I am looking for. So I will write x squared, the first term. I will write the terms that is 10x, that is 2n, 2x. Now, what are the signs? Remember, this sign of the middle term must be fixed with the bigger number, which is 10 here. Whereas the other sign is if if it is minus, the two terms will be subtracted and I'll get the correct answer. But if I write plus sign here, the two terms must be added. That becomes 12, which is not here. In this case, what happened? Yes, we found the 4 terms. Let's take the common first. From the first 2 terms, I take x as common, and inside the bracket is going to be x plus 10. Now I take minus 2x common, and the last 2 terms is going to be x plus 10. Yes. So we have 2 brackets. Yes, the identical brackets. This is what we are looking for. So we write the first bracket x plus 10. We have taken common x plus 10. Now after removing x plus 10, what we have now x and we have minus. So this is the minus scheme. Yes, this is how. But the question is, no, no, they asked me to solve. I can't stop here. I have to move further. I need to find the values of x. So what we do then? Yes, we will break them into two. So it's going to be x as negative 10. That's the first value of x. And the other value of x2. So the first answer is x is minus 10. Other answer is okay. Let's take another question. W is proportional to the square root of y. Y is inversely proportional to x. W is directly proportional to the square root of y. So W is directly proportional to the square root of y, and y is inversely proportional to x. They gave you values for x, y, and w. In the first proportion, we substitute w as 8 and y will be 16. In the second proportion, we substitute the value and we have y as 16 and x as 4. Now, we need w in terms of x. First thing first, we will solve the each proportion individually. Let's take the first one. In the first one, we have a direct proportion. In case of direct proportion, we always multiply in cross direction. What we multiply, cross multiply. It means w will be multiplied by 6 under root 16 and 8 multiplied by square root y. So w times 4 and it's 8 square root y. Yes, we have, we need to make w as subject. Okay, let's make w as subject here. So it's going to be w is equals to 8 square root y divided by 4, or w is equals to 2 square root y. That's the first equation. If you look at the second equation, it says y and x are inversely proportional. In this case, we multiply in this pattern, means y multiplied by x and 6 multiply 16 multiplied by 4. So y is equals to 64 over x. Now, okay, we need w in terms of x. We don't want y. So what we do now, we are replacing the y in the first equation. So w is equals to 2 square root. I write 64 over x. This is square root 64 over x. Okay, let's take this. While we are wasting the time, we should take the square root. Yes, let's take the square root. It is 8 over square root x, or w is equals to 16 square root x. This is what they asked me for. W in terms of x. Okay, moving to the next question. It's a simple linear equation, not a simple linear equation, linear equation. So let's find the value of w first. First thing first, we move 1 to the right. Sign changes. Now W is going, by taking the LCM, it's going to be 3 upon 2. Now we need to find the values of W. Let's cross multiply. So the 2 multiplied by 3 and 16 multiplied by 3. It's going to be 6W equals to 48. W is equals to 48 divided by 6. Yes, we got W as 8. This is what asks you solve the equation. Value of the W is 8. No, brother, let's move on to the next question. Now the question number 7 part 2. Yes, there is a connection between the two values. What is? If you look at the first part and look at the second part, there is a slight change. What change? If you look at 2 power minus y, basically it is written in place of w. It means if I write w here, I'll get the whole equation again. So it means w 2 power minus 5 is instead of w. And we have solved this equation if we write w here upon 16. Now, I'm telling you, if I write the w here, you will see the same equation again. Minus 1 and 1 upon the same equation. As you can see, the same equation. It means here I found w as 8. It means this is the value of 2 power minus y. We have to calculate the value of y. So 2 power, no, oh, let me do this first. We're going to be good. Now, what we found? A very small exponential equation. And for this, the two bases right and left must be same. So on the left hand side, we have 2 power minus 5. On the right hand side, I can write 2 power 3. What you observe? Yes, the two bases are same. In this case, the bases must be same. But I'm looking for the value of y, not minus 5. Minus must be removed. So the value of y will be negative. This is your final answer. Yes, we got the value of y as well. Yes. Let's take on the next question. Simplify. Yeah, simplify. Okay, 216. Yes, I can replace 216 by. Yes, it's 6 power 3. Y to power 216 power 2 over. Now, powers multiply each other. Means 6 power 3 multiplied by 2.3. Going to be oh, y to the power 216 to upon 72. Yes. So it's going to be 6 power 1 or 2 y to the power 144. Yes. Let's make m subject. But the problem is m, I can see a term involving m on the left hand side and as well on the right hand side. So we have to bring them on a single side, either left or right, it's up to you. So mc square minus 2k is equals to this mg. So let's bring mg on the left. Now I can see m is common. So it's going to be see what is left inside m common. Okay, it's going to be c square. This of g is equals to g. Yes, we should erase the half. My God, the eraser is not working. What happened to the eraser? Not working. Okay, let's take on this. So m is equals to 2k over c square minus 3. This is the solution of this question. Okay, boys, let's end our class here. Inshallah, we will meet again with the new questions, with new videos. Thank you very much. Take care. Allah Hafiz.